put the team on my back. I do it all for the family. Everyone think they can rap. Nobody ever gon' challenge me. Starting my week on a Sunday. They think they can make it in one day. I just been ready to take off. Waiting my turn on the runway. Never be turning around. Never be turning around. Ayy. Never be slowing it down. Never be slowing it down. Ayy.
Most of the players in the NBA see more money in their early 20s than most of us will see in our entire lives. So while they have all this money, that doesn't mean they automatically know what to do with it. The opposite is actually true a lot of the time. Throughout the NBA history, players have purchased some very strange, weird, and just plain unnecessary things. In today's video, we'll talk about some of the craziest purchases NBA players have ever made. If you don't want to miss a video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to get notified every time we post new videos. Let's get started. Shaquille O'Neal's Superman items. While everyone seems to have a nickname and many love theirs, Shaq's love for his Superman moniker goes pretty far. Not only that, but he is a huge fan of the Superman brand. And if you know about some of the stuff he has bought, this shouldn't surprise you. He has a Superman-themed bed, an SUV branded out with Superman, and more. His love for Superman has cost him tens of thousands of dollars, which is no small investment. Shaq is worth hundreds of millions, so he'll be fine, but these purchases are definitely weird and deserve a spot on the list. LeBron James's Coconut Grove mansion. Located in the ultra-upmarket area of Coconut Grove, Miami, Florida, this $9 million mansion is spread over an area of 15,000 square feet. The luxurious mansion has grounds that include 3 fountains, room for 2 60-foot yachts to dock, 6 bedrooms, and 8.5 bathrooms. The mansion features a huge kitchen, impressive and well-equipped laundry room, infinity pool overlooking the bay, large home theater, and huge wine cellar. The whole complex is surrounded by lush palm trees, sprawling gardens, and security is tight. Deshaun Stevenson and his personal ATM. Stevenson is most known for his beef with LeBron James. LeBron James totally owned Stevenson's Wizards during the Eastern Conference playoffs, but his Mavericks managed to steal the win from the Heat in the 2011 finals. Stevenson played a minor role in stopping James, yet he celebrated as if he single-handedly constrained one of the best players in league history. The funniest thing about his success was that Stevenson wasn't even on the Mavericks a year later. Instead, he was signed by the Nets. As a member of that team, Stevenson proudly posed in his home with an actual ATM in his kitchen. He paid $3,500 for installing it. It charged a $4.50 transaction fee and was refilled with $20,000 a few times a year. Danny Granger and his Batcave. Out of any of the weird inclusions on this list, this is one of the single weirdest of them all. While he is out of the league and not heard from much anymore, Danny Granger used to be one of the best players in the NBA and was the leader of the Indiana Pacers. So while he was great on the court, the same might not have been able to be said about his interior design skills. Instead of making normal additions and improvements to his home, Granger decided to build a Batcave, in his New Mexico home, completely underground and complete with a rotating parking spot for his car. While the plans were on hold a few years back since the lockout, here's hoping Granger got this done. Jarrett Jack's shoe collection. Jack has been a successful point guard in the NBA for many years and has made millions and millions of dollars. He has used at least a few $100,000 of that money towards shoes. Jack has more than 1,500 pairs in his collection, with many of them being expensive and rare shoes. He has about 2,000 cubic feet of closet space dedicated just to shoes, which is pretty weird to us. To get a sense of just how many pairs he has, he could almost wear a new pair of shoes each day and every day for nearly 5 years. Latrell Sprewell's yacht. During his heyday, Sprewell was one of the best scorers and a very successful scorer. He also made a ton of cash, but he wasn't without his issues. He had a notorious fight with a coach and retired from the league after he felt insulted by a multi-million-dollar deal, claiming that it wasn't enough to feed his family. His problems followed him into retirement, as he could continue to afford to pay for his massive $1.5 million yacht. He stopped paying it, and it was eventually sold at auction for much less than he bought it for. Sprewell also had a house that got foreclosed, and he likely could have kept it if he hadn't spent so much money on a yacht. Scottie Pippen and his private jet. Scottie Pippen signed a long-term contract with the Bulls because of his fear of financial insecurity, and for a long time, he was one of the most underpaid players in the league. Once he got the chance, Pippen decided to earn as much as possible on the Rockets, and later on the Blazers. When Pippen got his money, he decided to spend some of it in the most ridiculous ways. The most significant was splurging on a $3.4 million private jet. He didn't take into account the cost of running the aircraft, let alone maintaining it and storing it. In consequence, his very own aircraft never left the ground. Hope you enjoyed the video. Who is your personal favorite NBA player from the list? Which one thing from the list did you like the most? Let us know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. See you in the next video.